What was your reaction when you saw the 30 under 30 notification?
It was funny. I saw it, and it feels good, right? Obviously, you get some recognition, but immediately it goes back to I've been around really good people that have been a part of really good teams. And I think that's just a testament to I'm a small piece of the amazing staff that Coach Brennan's put together. Defensively, on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, Coach Gonzalez, I can rave about him on and on, former head coaching experience. Coach Joe Salavea, the best D-line coach in the country, the people that he's developed and put through. Coach Arce with his coverage, the way he matches up stuff and sees stuff on the fly. Coach Viney, our corners coach, how technically he improves players. But across the board, everybody having the same value on the coaching staff of effort, toughness, red line. Having that conform front from all of us, that's what's really fun. And so just be a small part of that is really cool, and it's a lot of fun to be a part of. A staff like that, if I was a recruit, I'd want to play for them. If a staff like that, I'd want to play for him. So I'm excited for what we're doing as a staff, but most importantly, how hopefully that affects our players and how we go out and perform.
Since your post-playing career, how did the journey help set you up for this opportunity at Arizona?
Yeah, obviously I talked about transitioning into coaching from the medical retirement quickly at San Diego State, and it was a conversation with Brady Hoke who gave me my first job. He goes, "They're not your friends anymore. You're their coach. That means you have a great relationship with them, but it's a different relationship." And then going off with Tony White for the last 4 years, unbelievable development, getting the opportunity to work with him and evolve myself as a coach, learn from him, then going back into an assistant role with Rob Dvorak. I got very fortunate to be around really good people. And when, I truly believe when you're around good people and you work hard, good things happen. So.
Juan and then Michael.
Media Day, Tate said that one thing he's been working on is his, vocal leadership.
Mm-hmm.
How have you seen that throughout camp? Just his leadership and grow? And what else have you seen?
Yeah, it's awesome because Tay is, one, he has a natural leadership role. In a natural team, the guys that play naturally just have a presence in the locker room leadership. And he played a lot last year. But most importantly, he works his tail off. He's an extremely hard worker and he plays the game the right way. He plays with red line. And so now, challenging him, okay, because everybody has to get challenged in their own way, challenging him to, okay, good, you're doing that yourself, pull other people along, right? Encourage people to do it or demand it if they need it, right? So it's been really cool for him to continue to grow that way, and it's been fun for the whole room, right? Because nobody's perfect every time, but it's cool when, Max Harris challenges him, when Tate challenges him back, when other guys in the room step up and challenge him, and that's when you get a great culture. When you have players that aren't afraid to challenge a guy, I don't care if you're the starter, if you didn't uphold the standard on that play, it's not good enough. We challenge you for that. Just like Heat, every single play. That's how you continue to elevate one another and attack every rep in that same manner.
Michael and Troy.
2 questions. The first one, do you guys basically consider training camp to be over and you're in game mode at this point or in between?
Yeah, it's a little bit of an in-between. It's interesting because Hawaii obviously plays a game this week, so we're still kind of in the transition mode. It's kind of like that in-between. Normally your first game you have all the season in, but it'll be interesting to see that first week for them. But there is some introduction to Hawaii, absolutely. So we're starting to prepare for that as well. But one of the best ways you prepare for an opponent is improving yourself. So first and foremost, we have to continue to challenge ourselves and introduce that in the same manner, but our focus is still on us. Right, defensively, we feel as a coaching staff, it's our job to prepare, players execute, and keep on challenging yourself and just keep working. So
sure.
A little bit of both.
The other question is, now that you've had a few weeks of watching Leviticus Sua seemingly healthy out there doing his thing, what is your assessment of where he's at and how he might be able to contribute?
Yeah, it's been fun for him to obviously go through a healthy fall camp, because obviously with his career, he's just dealt with health. Deal. So it's been awesome for him to do that, and that's what's been fun with the whole room. I mean, for guys for all the guys to challenge themselves, guys like Dom Hanger to flash some stuff during some scrimmage reps, for guys like Max Harris do some, Jabari having reps, Chase doing it. So all these different guys challenging and stuff. That's when we've had a lot of success in the linebacker room. In my career and my experience as a player and a coach, when we have different guys that have really unique talents in certain ways, and you're able to use that to maximize it. And we are going to be a violent defense. We're going to be a fast-playing defense. We're going to run around. So if you don't leave a game sore, that means you weren't playing the right way. So we're going to have multiple guys playing because that's the violence that we're going to play with. And that's the effort and the red line that we're going to demand as a staff, and the players demand it too. So that's what's really fun.
Troy and Jason.
With Chase Kennedy being listed as a linebacker now, how have you seen him progress from going just primarily up front and then dropping in coverage now and just that transition to the linebacker role?
Yeah, it's been awesome. And That's one of the things that obviously with his career, he's so comfortable, has that edge piece. He has an extreme comfortability there. So it's my job to continue to enhance those skill sets, but also let's develop the areas you're not as comfortable in to make you that complete player. And as a staff, when we go in week to week, we'll use guys in different ways. But it's been a lot of fun because you look at him sit next to a Tay, sit next to a Max. You're like, those are three kind of different body types, different styles of players, different backgrounds. But that's what's kind of fun as a coach to work with those different skill sets and manage those as well, elevate their traits that they're inherently good at, but also strengthen the other ones. But he's been making great progress, so I've been happy with him this fall camp.
Jason and then Justin.
Seeing Riley out there today, Riley Wilson, when you have a player like that, how do they stay involved? How do they kind of stay with the room and all that when maybe other guys are getting more reps?
Yeah, I think that everybody, it's just like everything. Your involvement is partially because of schedule, but partially on you. So how often do you choose to go in extra and meet, which he's been great with? How much do you choose to go in and meet with the guys individually without a coach there? When the coaches are meeting, is the room doing, the linebacker room take, saying, hey, all the linebackers up, we're meeting. Right? Hey, as a defense, the front back seven are all together. The front, we're all together. So that's where it's been fun to see. It's obviously it can be a little bit difficult when you're not in the natural flow of things, but continue to challenge yourself as an individual to go in and put that extra time in other ways. So yeah.
And then recently you talked to Max Harris, not recently, but beginning camp,
Sure.
is that basically that being able to play at Arizona meant he knew he belonged because he started from the lower level. What have you seen from him to show that he has, that he belongs, and kind of what is that process like for you as a coach when you're evaluating a player?
Sure. So first off, him in meetings is extremely deliberate in how he takes notes. He's engaged the entire time. He's thoughtful about everything. So as a coach, those are the type of players you love. Because if you say one thing a little bit unclearly, he's going to, well, coach, you said it like this. So as a coach, I got to use precise language precisely to know exactly, because he's very deliberate with his note taking, which is an awesome trait. He's engaged in every meeting. So in the classroom, he handles it like a pro. He belongs here because of how he handles his meeting. And on the grass, he plays with red line. He flies around. He's physical in the box, which is interesting. Coming in, he had a background as a defensive back. You don't typically, although our defensive backs here are physical, most defensive backs you don't tendency to necessarily assume that, but he'll throw it up in there